Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Renton Reflects. What are a few things that children like? Well, they like Santa Claus, they like ice cream, and they like bunnies. Combining the three together would make a trio of absolute greatness, right? Well, that's probably what the filmmakers behind this movie reasoned that children would believe in. Is the movie all that great? Not by a long shot. The plot of this movie is very simple, yet also very inane. Santa Claus gets stranded on a beach in Florida after having crash-landed his sleigh onto it, causing all of his reindeer to run off. He recruits a group of local children to try to get his sleigh unstuck from the sand. They try all kinds of animals to try to get it out, including a gorilla. Not a real one, of course, just a guy in a fake gorilla costume. After many unsuccessful attempts, Santa tells the children the story of Thumbelina, encouraging them to never give up and always have faith. In an alternate version of the film, the story of Jack and the Beanstalk is told instead. So, where does the ice cream bunny come into play, you might be wondering? Well, he arrives in a fire engine to take Santa Claus away. And what happens to the sleigh? It simply disappears, returning to the North Pole like magic. The end. So what's there to really say about this awful piece of celluloid? Well, not too much really, other than it was possibly an excuse to entice kids out of their hard-earned allowance money and make them feel duped and manipulated. If you really think about it, the whole idea of there being a plot to try to get Santa's sleigh unstuck from the sand is completely pointless. To add insult to injury, both the Thumbelina and Jack and the Beanstalk stories take up a majority of the film's running time. It doesn't even help that everything looks so cheap and not so atmospheric, especially with its unintentionally creepy costume designs. I mean, most of the costumed characters are practically nightmare fuel. There are middle school plays that have better production values than this movie. On another note, it doesn't exactly explain everything well, like who or what the ice cream bunny is. Does he enjoy ice cream? Does he sell ice cream? Is he made out of ice cream? Though, thinking about it, being made out of ice cream is actually kind of stupid. Why does he drive a fire engine instead of an ice cream truck? I mean, an ice cream truck would make a lot more sense. And I'd like to know a few other things too. How were the kids able to get all those animals on such short notice? Why make it look as though Santa had soiled himself while waiting in his sleigh? And that's not a joke, by the way. That really does happen. Why does it feature the classic fictional characters, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, when it barely uses them at all? And why go through all the trouble of trying to get Santa's sleigh unstuck from the sand when it could simply be teleported back to the North Pole in an instant? Was this movie's intention to annoy and insult the audience on purpose? At the end of the film, there's a subtitle wishing the audience, "Merry Christmas." Underneath that, I would like to have added, "Suckers, no refunds." That would summarize how heartless this movie is. And not only that, it's also shallow, vacuous, and completely unwholesome. No doubt one of the most pointless movies ever made. If I were to rate the film on a scale between 1 and 10, I would definitely give it a 1. There does exist a Riff Tracks audio commentary that can be played alongside the film. So, if you're ever curious in checking it out for yourself, with or without the commentary, you're welcome to do so. Just don't set your expectations too high. Believe me, it's a lot worse than what I have described. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes my review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.